don't see them anymore at the show.
Thank you, Mr. Jackie. I'm sure we all agree that's one exception to the problem. It's now time to start the best in show judging for our class in shows. To start that off, we will be judging Best Neuter in Show. We'd like to welcome Mr. Boris Boljaric from Croatia back to the main ring for the judging of Neuter Best in Show. Boris is being accompanied by his steward, Wonder Mouse, and Drew Bryson. Please welcome the judging ring up to 155. The Papillon, 200.
That's a cute dog.
Illustrated Interior, 328. Cocker Spaniel American, 602. German Short-haired Pointer, 698. Eagle, 982. Shetland Sheepdog, 1462. Boxer, 1562. And the Samoy, 1705.
Oh, look at that.
Choice, Mr. Audio. Uganda, Brinkley, the Eagle, Spaniel American. Trophy Boundary. Sheepdog. In the utility group, Boxer. And the Samoy. Ladies and gentlemen, your runner-up, neuter in show, has been awarded to the American Cocker Spaniel. Your best neuter in show for the Advent Sydney Royal Dog Show 2026 has been awarded to the Shetland Sheepdog. Ladies and gentlemen, as the other neuter of breeds exit the ring, please give them a hand, the Italian Greyhound, the Australian Terrier, their Pointer, the Beagle, and the Samoyed. And as I do their Leprechaun, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for your best neuter in show, the Shetland Sheepdog, runner-up neuter in show, the Cocker Spaniel American. The next class in ladies and gentlemen, is the Breeders' Group in show. And please welcome back Mr. Warner Zibidee from Costa Rica. Warner's being accompanied by Mr. Wayne Scott, Chiefs. Breeders' Group is one of our more spectacular events, where we see 4 dogs, all of similar time, with their handlers, and presents a real challenge for our judge.
Look at that. What are they? French ones?
Ladies and gentlemen, first breeders
From the toy group.
from the Terrier group, the Sky Terrier.
Oh, look at the Sky Terrier. It's so cute. Oh, wow. That's nice. They've even got matching tartans.
The Golden Retriever.
Oh,
Fourth breeders group, ladies and gentlemen, also from the Gun Dog group, the Pointer. Our fifth breeders group, ladies and gentlemen, is from the Mountain group, Basset Elm. Next group, breeders group, ladies and gentlemen, from the Working Dog group, Border Collie. Our last breeders group, ladies and gentlemen, is from the Utility group, Siberian Husky. So, ladies and gentlemen, a breeders group is 4 dogs that are all bred under the one prefix. That means the breeder is consistent, the owner not necessarily. In their pedigree name of each of these groups, the first name is identical as the breeder's prefix. The dogs are not necessarily owned by the breeder. The judge is looking for consistency, looking for ideally excellent breed type, dogs that match the breed standard. When you breed dogs, ladies and gentlemen, there's dogs, you have a blueprint that's for the standard. And our breeders try to create little puppies as closest as possible to their breed standard. Look at their females, choose a male, compliment them, choose anything extermination. Judges looking at the dogs, match that breed standard as close as possible, but also with a very similar type. Those breed standards sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, are not very specific. Some of them are one page.
My favourite.
Some are 5 pages.
My favourite, Sky Terriers. They've got 2 different coat colours. I wonder why it's black and what's, you know.
To excellent breed type, consistent style. This would be great. One of the few breeds that has a tartan called slide
That's new, that fence over there. The fencing they've done over there, on that side, that's new.
Even though it's it's not always easy to add to be able to put together bag of those days and which is also as part of our coding. Australia, ladies and gentlemen, we judge 7 different groups: toys to terriers, adults, which includes poodles, hounds, working utility, and non-sporting. Pointer, and dog, which is 3. Next group, this group comes from the hound group, and it is the basset hound.
There's also like a horse version. Where's the baby? I don't know what's going on. And I think we started here. So there's this whole area that we just have not seen.
Interaction.
Meeting back up? I have no idea.
Next breed is from the working dog group. Water colours do come in various colours, ladies and gentlemen, but our team on display today is that very traditional black and white colour. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulate our breeders team. Last breeders team, ladies and gentlemen, from the utility group. This is Siberian Husky. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the variety of colour here. A lighter undercoat, grey on the top, or red on the top. Two different coloured varieties in our Siberian Husky on display. Congratulate our Siberian Husky. Ladies and gentlemen, look at our team of pugs. Pugs also come in some different colours. But the team we have today is the four colour, but notice they all have that black marks, those black characteristics. So ladies and gentlemen, one last big round of applause please for all our breeders groups today. You notice one rosette. And today, ladies and gentlemen, our breeders group pet show has been awarded to the Siberian Husky. Their exhibit number, ladies and gentlemen, 1800. So please congratulate our other breeders groups as they make their way round on lap of honour. The first breeders group is the pug. They were all each successful on one particular day. The second breeders group is a Sky Terrier, Golden Retriever, Pointer, Acid Hound, and Border Collie. And we have a lot of honour thank you for our breeders group in show. The 2026 Event City World Dog Show, Siberian Husky. Round you go, ladies. Wave that rosette. And all the ladies and gentlemen to be able to present the breeders team. Please show your appreciation to our judge. We'll be back shortly to judge.
Is a judging of probably the cutest competition today, and that is the best baby puppy show. So please welcome our judge, Mr. Antonio from China, judging a best baby puppy in show. And please welcome to the ring now, ladies and gentlemen, from the toy group, the pug. 251. The terrier group, the fox terrier split. 379. From the Gumbo group, the Placenta and also from the Gumbo group, the Labrador Retriever 785. Coming in from the Hound group, the Beagle 569. By the Whippet 1144. From the Wavy Dog group, the Welsh Corgi Bardigan 1473. From the Agility group, the Stability 1521. from the non-sporting group. The Champagne. 38. Baby and show. Jerry. Fox Jerry through. The Labrador Retriever. From the Mountain Group. Eagle. From the Working Dog Group. The Welsh Corgi Cardigan. Utility Group. Classic. Five for the Baby Puppy and Show. From the non-sporting group. The Champagne.
I don't know yet. I'm here for the dog show. And my battery might run out.
Runner-up Best Baby Puppy and Show has been awarded to the English Setter.
There's a drone show tomorrow, so I might stream that one.
Your Best Baby Puppy and Show for the Advanced Sydney Royal Dog Show 2026 has been awarded to the Alaskan Malamute. Gentlemen, as you say, please correct, please put your hands together. Hello, baby. Oh. Your retriever, the Welsh Corgi Cardigan, and the Champagne. Okay, next we have Puppy and Show. These are slightly older, from 6 months to 12 months. And please welcome back to the ref, Janelle Roberts, all the way from the UK.
Lots of international judges. Do you like it? Good.
Janelle's been accompanied by an unanimous committee member done, Mr. Bendo.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back into our General Specials ring the winner from the Toy Group Puppy, the Italian Greater.
Oh, that's cute. That is cute, that one.
The winning puppy from the Terrier Group, Scottish Terrier. 6. Winner from the Gun Dog Group, Australian American. Winning puppy from the Hungarian Sabuki, number 1123. Winning puppy from the Working Dog Group, Shetland Sheepdog, 145. Winning puppy from the Utility Group, Siberian Husky, 1763. Winning puppy from the non-sporting group, the Cha-Cha.
Oh, that's cute. That's a gorgeous fluffy
Ladies and
puppy.
gentlemen, puppies are, as John said a minute ago, only between 6 and 12 months of age. They weren't even near 12 months ago, ladies and gentlemen. So here they are standing in the centre ring, Sydney Royal. Last major decision being made today. So this just shows you that they're standing here, hoping to win puppy and show. 7 extremely promising puppies. They've had an exceptional Sydney Royal 2026, and I'm sure we'll see more of these particular puppies over the coming years. As our first one makes its way round the introduction, let's get back to round of applause for the Scottish Terrier. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you can clap and cheer as much as you like. Don't make any difference to our judges. Our judges are highly experienced and very professional. They make their decisions. Pakistan American, ladies and gentlemen. But your cheering is very encouraging for the very nervous handlers that are out there when they're down to the last second from so many dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, Working Group Puppy, Shetland Sheepdog. Utility Puppy is a Siberian Husky. And the non-sporting puppy, Chow Chow.
Looks like a bear. Oh, it's not a dog, it's a bear.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, dogs come in very, very different sizes, colours, shapes. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, our judge is a little luckier this time. She gets to make 2 awards. We have Best Puppy in Show and runner-up to Best Puppy in Show.
Scottish Terrier for me. But they don't do fluffy at the moment.
We see our stewards are bringing the trophies
Whoa!
out.
We've got the silverware now.
They spend their life in a cabinet of the RAS, and they come out once a year to be paraded and presented. Our winners receive mementos and rosettes.
There we go. The big guns are out.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a little bit of history before I make the announcement. Our judge, Miss Janelle Robbins, she was standing in not quite this ring because it would have been at the old showground, but she was standing in the Puppy and Show lineup in 1976, and she won this Puppy and Show.
Oh.
So she understands very much how those people standing out there feel. Okay, our runner-up Best Puppy and Show for the 2026 That's Sydney Royal Dog Show has been awarded to Scottish Terrier.
Oh. At least that one got runner up. Look at its tail. It's a happy dog. Look.
6 nervous handlers, ladies and gentlemen, one more left to go. Our Best Puppy and Show for the 2026 That's Sydney Royal Dog Show has been awarded to Italian Greyhound.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for our 5 remaining puppies as they make their way around the ring, ladies and gentlemen. They've all had an extremely successful Sydney World. I'm sure you'll agree with me, ladies and gentlemen. These puppies will be back running on these lawns over the next few years at FedEx. And as we have a lap of honour, ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate our Best Puppy and Show, Italian Greyhound, runner-up Puppy and Show, Scottish Terrier, 2026 That's Sydney Royal Dog Show. And ladies and gentlemen, please thank our judge, Miss Janelle Roberts, for her adjudication today.
Thank you, Linda. That concludes all our judging now except for the grand finale, the Best in Show. But before we get to Best in Show, we have a few important announcements. And none more important than our Canine Hero Awards. And to MC our Canine Hero Awards, ladies and gentlemen, everybody's favourite celebrity, Dr. Rob Zappel. Thank you very much, John. As you know, the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales is all about bringing the country to the city. So in many ways, we already have that with our canines. And so the RAS would like to acknowledge the bond that exists now between humans and dogs. Dogs came into our camps many years ago to protect us, to help us hunt, and eventually to help herd animals. And that's when society really began. Now they have extremely important jobs of looking after us, looking after the lonely, looking after the sick people, guarding our houses, and a lot more. Being eyes for the blind. Dogs are essential. The RAS, Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales, would like to recognise that, especially today. I would like to welcome to the podium someone who's very special because she looks after the Swansea. Her inaugural speech said she would look after her area very well, and did so. Minister Yasmin Company, now Minister for the Police, and looks after the police extremely well, has brought in new initiatives in the police force, including a cop in the community, through the community, join the cops, to broaden the cultural basis of the police force. Brought in a lot more things that we can't even talk about to do with terrorism and intelligence. And I thank her by my heart for that, looking after us so very well. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Yasmin, Minister Yasmin Campbell.
Thank you so much, and what a lovely introduction. It's such a privilege and honour to be here today on behalf of Premier Chris Binns. to acknowledge the work of the New South Wales Police Force and to present the 2026 Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales Canine Hero Service Dog Award. We've seen some incredible dogs and handlers across the ring today and throughout the week. It's something really special to watch. But the partnership between the New South Wales police dog and their handler is something that's nothing short of extraordinary. I've seen that bond up close a number of times, and it's hard to explain unless you've watched it in action. We all know dogs can be loyal, intelligent and brave, but police dogs are asked to be something much, much more. They work in the most unpredictable and high-pressure environments. They go into situations that are dangerous, chaotic and deeply confronting. They do not hesitate. They perform their tasks, but they are critical to protecting the broader community. That work depends on training, instinct and discipline, but it also depends on trust. The bond between a police dog and handler is not ornamental. It is operational. It is built over countless hours, day after day, and it has to hold when the stakes are at their highest. That is exactly what we saw from Gary and Sergeant Sandra Lachlan at Bondi Beach on the 14th of December. They were deployed into the aftermath of a terrorist attack, a scene of enormous trauma, distress and uncertainty. In those moments, their task was clear and critically important: to help confirm there were no further explosive devices present so that first responders, investigators and emergency personnel could do their work safely. That is a painstaking task. It requires focus, calm and complete reliability. And in an environment filled with noise and disruption, discarded belongings and unimaginable trauma, Gary did exactly what he had been trained to do. He carried out a thorough and methodical search to help secure the scene. But what stands out about Gary's service that day is that it did not end right there. In the midst of an incredibly distressing situation, Gary also brought comfort to people around him. The first responders, the investigators and witnesses facing one of the darkest days in our state's recent memory. That quiet contribution mattered too. Because sometimes service is not only about neutralising risk. Sometimes it's also about giving people a moment to calm in the middle of chaos. That is why this award is so fitting. It recognises Gary's courage and professionalism, but it also recognises the remarkable partnership behind it. Sergeant Sandra Lachlan's, her skills, consistency and dedication are written all over Gary's performance. Handlers like Sandra build their capability day in and day out, and our community is safer because of it. Today, we also acknowledge all of those who responded at Bondi: the police, the paramedics, the lifesavers, emergency services, and the brave men and women of the public. Their actions on that day reflected extraordinary courage and service. Among them was Gary and Sandra. On behalf of the people of New South Wales and the New South Wales Police Force, I am honoured to recognise Gary and Sergeant Sandra Lachlan and to thank them for their outstanding service. Please join me in congratulating them.
dog is sniffing. Dog is sniffing the ground. He's sniffing. He's sniffing. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to add to Sergeant Sandra Lachlan's unbelievable record, today she's awarded from the Roller Culture Society for the Australasia Microchip people a check for $1,500, which Sandra is donating to police legacy. That's the talent of this.
Want to go for another round? No. Oh, she's going to give a speech.
Thank you, everyone. I'm truly honoured to be standing here today to accept the K9 Hero Award on Gary's behalf. Thank you to the Honourable Yasmin Caitlin for the award, for the Royal Easter Show for making this possible, my Commander Superintendent Griffin, everyone over there. Last but not least, my children Riley Cooper for their support.
Rocky. There you go. Trying to control Gary the
Gary
dog.
is more than just a work dog. He's a companion, my partner, and in every sense of the word, a hero. The courage, loyalty, and instinct he has shown have changed my life in ways I could never fully put into words. What makes Gary so special isn't just what he's done, but who he is. Working, brave, cheeky, and full of unconditional love. But most importantly, he is my best friend. There are moments when animals remind us what it means to be selfless, to act without hesitation, and to care without expectation. Gary has shown me all of that and more. I'm proud of him in every single way. Not just for the heroic moments that brought us here today, but for the quiet ones too. The constant companionship, the comfort he offers, and the joy he brings into my life. Gary, you might not understand this ceremony or this award, but you've earned every bit of it. I hope I can be even half the friend to you that you've been to me. Thank you to everyone here for recognising not just Gary, but all the extraordinary dogs who make our world safer, kinder, and better. And thank you, Gary, for everything. I couldn't be more proud.
So canine heroes are everywhere, and every walk of life has a hero. Every dog has a hero. Now, if you've ever had someone that's really, really ill in hospital, if you've had a child that's battling with cancer, or a loved one that's having a lot of trouble with possibly terminal illness, or just simply some special children with special needs at school, you'd be very, very thankful for the support that a dog could give you. None other than Abby here with Ralph. But no, that is Ralph. So tell me, what made you start, as you said, Delta Dog, what made you start doing all this work?
We actually think Abby came to us from a previous owner, and unfortunately her owner died of cancer, and she was one of the early Delta people in Newcastle. And Abby, I took over from Louise, and Abby, when we got her, was very stressed, and she now does the opposite. She makes people relax, and she does a great job at the Newcastle John Hunter Hospital, Rankin Park Hospital, and the late school adjacent with kids with special needs.
So how long have you been doing this for now?
Trish, my
go
Ladies and
for
gentlemen, give it up for Abby and Brenna.
Okay, there we go for
Abby and Brenna. And to Minister Yasmin Campbell, thank you so much. See you again next year. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you will all agree they were very, very worthwhile awards. We have a few more awards here now. The first of which are our RAS awards. Each year, the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales awards individuals involved in the show for their contribution, service, and commitment. From exhibitors to officials, volunteers, and supporters. These are equitable people who are the backbone of the Sydney Royal and make it the iconic event of excellence that we all cherish. To present these special awards, please welcome President of the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales, Mr. John Bennett. How are you? The first lot of awards are for the long-serving exhibitors. Today we acknowledge three of our long-term exhibitors. These women have shown amazing loyalty and longevity exhibiting at the Sydney Royal Dog Show for 25 years and longer to so. The show wouldn't exist without our exhibitors, returning each year showcasing their breeds, in this case Shetland sheepdogs, Bernese mountain dogs, Welsh Corgi Pembrokes, and mini Smooth Jacksons, also putting back into the sport. Our three recipients this year are inspiring ambassadors. We're grateful for their commitment to the Sydney Royal Dog Show. Please give a round of applause to Judith Doxey, Lynn Brand, and Patricia Thomas. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause for our long-term exhibitors.
So over there, the police dog is getting quite impressed.
Long-serving exhibitors to someone who's dedicated 25 years, a quarter of a century to the Sydney Royal Dog Show as a steward, one of our valued show officials. Our stewards, ladies and gentlemen, are here voluntarily every day, and they're everywhere, keeping the competition ticking, ensuring the judging rings are ready, helping the judges, exhibitors, and liaising with the events team, among many other responsibilities. They know the rules, the procedures, and the answer to every question. The steward we're honouring today is Deirdre Crofts. Please give her a round of applause. Thank you, Deirdre. One more. Finally, to the future. The RAS Youth Medal is awarded to a person under 35 who embodies the mission and values of the Royal Agricultural Society of New South Wales. Someone who's made an outstanding contribution to the show movement or to a breed society. Our 2026 recipient ticks every one of these boxes. She's been showing dogs since the age of 5 and now at the ripe old age of 21. is making an enormous contribution to the dog show world, inspiring, encouraging, and mentoring juniors. She trains dogs to be handled by young people, loans dogs to juniors, she runs workshops for juniors in rural areas, and also devotes time to promoting purebred dogs to the general public. She's also managed to notch up her own impressive list of best in show wins, champion and grand champion titles. The dog show world is in excellent hands for the likes of this dynamic young woman, and we're thrilled to acknowledge her outstanding contribution. Please congratulate Libby Muller. Thank you, Mr. Bennett. I'd like to thank all of our officials now, starting with the judges. Mary White from Canada, Boris Boljari from Croatia, Lotus Zibidee from Costa Rica, Antonia Almeida from China, Janelle Roberts from Australia, and Aramis Lim from South Australia. Please give a big hand, ladies and gentlemen, to our judges. They've done a magnificent job over the 2 days judging. It's all come down to these final few minutes, which we will see unfold before us shortly. I'd also like to thank Sharon Hannigan, Rob Zammett, Kathy Reedy, Sam Walker, and Ben Dudley, who, along with myself, make up our Companion Animals Committee that puts on this show. Thank you, one and all. Next, I'd like to thank our wonderful team of support staff in the office, headed up by Georgia Hawkins. Many of you have dealt with Georgia over the phone or by email. Found her so good to deal with, so pleasant, and she passes that down to all the staff, including Samantha Price, Sandy Reeve, Sarah McKenzie, Siobhan Curry, Letitia Mooney, Erin Gallagher, and Mitch Tucker. That's our hard-working support crew here, ladies and gentlemen. Please give them a huge round. Last but not least, certainly not least, our wonderful team of stewards, headed up by Chief Steward Mr. Wayne Scott. Wayne Scott is a father figure here of our stewards, making sure that we attend to their every need throughout the show. He's headed also by Bridget Price and Rhonda Ralphs and Christy Baxter, our 3 assistant chief stewards, all female, I might add, and kept playing on his toes. Also on our stewards team this year, Linda Brandt, Aaron Brooker, Tracy Buckley, Kendall McMaster, Rachel Mills, Chris Marley, Jennifer Myers, Stephen Oliver, Ross Sinclair, Kevin Speed, Tony Town, Patricia Russell, and Dominic Walker. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our wonderful team of stewards. Our judges tell me they're the best in the world. So, now, the moment you've all been waiting for. I hope the dogs are all over there ready to go. One last job, ladies and gentlemen. Before we do that, we've got Mr. Wayne Burton, who has in memorandum for the last year.
Thank you, John. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honour to continue a tradition that started in Sydney many years ago. We take a few brief moments to pause and reflect on members and remember long-term people who are exhibitors, breeders, judges, and just basically friends. Unfortunately, the last 12 months they passed away. I'll now read a list of those people. Carleen Bennett, Margaret Hurst, Fred Issue, Sandra Mashford, Bruce Marquette, Murray Patton, Delma Marshall, John Cornelis, Jim McKenda, Adrian Hornsley. Please join me for a brief moment of remembrance in honour of those people. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Wayne. That's always a traditional thing we do here at Sydney to acknowledge those that are no longer with us. I'd now like to introduce Mr. John Bennett again, our President of the RAS of New South Wales, to say a few words.
Thank you, John, very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. It's a pleasure to join you for this special moment, the culmination of the 2026 Advanced Sydney World Dog Show. As we reflect on an outstanding year, I'd like to acknowledge a partner who is integral to the success of this event, and that is Advance. Advance has proudly sponsored the Sydney Royal Dog Show since 2018, and their support is truly invaluable. Importantly, their partnership extends beyond this arena, also supporting the 4 Sydney Royal Cat shows in the Pet Pavilion. Their generosity to exhibitors is remarkable, quite literally, a truckload of product at prices. I can assure you it takes hours to unload. It's a contribution that is deeply appreciated across our community. Advance is proudly Australian, family-owned business with products made right here in New South Wales. Their values align closely with those of the RAS, and we are very proud to partner with them. I'd like to particularly thank Kay McGee for her ongoing support and interest in the section over the past 4 years. I also welcome Royson Malor to the show as we look forward to working with him in the years ahead. We look forward to seeing Kay back exhibiting with her Springer Spaniels and Papillons in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, together we present the largest dog show in Australia, an event with a history spanning more than 150 years. This year we've welcomed more than 3,000 entries across over 200 breeds, a true showcase of excellence in breeding and a celebration of the extraordinary bond between humans and dogs. The event is built on a reputation for excellence in competition and judging, but more importantly, it recognises the dedication of our exhibitors, the time, care and commitment that goes into breeding, training and presenting these remarkable animals. Like Advance, we believe dogs make the world a better place, and to celebrate that over these 12 days is indeed a privilege. To Advance, thank you for your continued support and partnership, and to our exhibitors and supporters, thank you for making this year's show a success. Thank you.
Thank you, John. And to reply to John, Kay McGee now of the Advance.
Thank you, John. You know, Advance is so proud to yet again be the major sponsor of the Sydney Royal Dog and Cat Shows. As John said, Advance has been right here in New South Wales and the Central Tablelands, so this event is really special to us. And yes, at Ease, we believe that pets make the world a better place, but it's our responsibility to make the world a better place for pets. And what better event to showcase responsible pet ownership and happy, healthy, purebred dogs and cats than the Sydney Royal. Now, you guys have done an amazing job of that over the past 10 days, so thank you. And the RAS of New South Wales, you've delivered another epic event. So thanks to Mr. Paul Bowd, Mr. John Bryce and Dr. Rob Sabat and their team on a job absolutely well done. On a personal note, I'd like to thank Kia Young from the RAS. This lady keeps me on track for over 100 tasks leading up to this show, and she's just amazing. So thank you, Kia. Now, speaking of over 100 tasks, our wonderful advanced breeder ambassador team, they've worked here before the show. They've worked every single day of the show in the breeder pavilion and at the bar park, showcasing beautiful, happy, healthy, purebred dogs for the general public. That section has been managed by my wonderful colleagues, Lisa Mendoza and Dan Klink. But for that whole team, thank you from the bottom of my heart. But there's one person who's just gone over and above for this show, and that is my teammate, Royson Valor. So, Royson, please join me up here. So, you know, in July this year, it marks my 30 years with the amazing company that's Mars Pet Care. So I think it's time for me to step away, to retire, enjoy some me time, and as John said, hopefully come back next year and for the first time in many years exhibit my own dogs here. Breeder services in Australia and New Zealand is going to be in really safe hands because Royson is going to take the helm. He's going to do an amazing job, and I'm sure he'll enjoy the same wonderful support from the breeder community that I have. So over to you, Royson. Now, our wonderful judging panels. It's been an honour to have you all here with us. And you know, Sydney Royal is a hard judging gig. It's a lot of days on your feet. It's a lot of hard work. Some great dogs and some really difficult decisions to make. And you have made those decisions with style and with professionalism. So job well done. Now our exhibitors, they've accepted those decisions and they've accepted them with grace and with sportsmanship. Because guys, unity and support for each other is the key to the survival of this sport. So you should all give yourselves a big round of support. So from us, from Royson and from me, great job, Sydney, and well done. Thank you.
And just a few more words from advance from Leona Foy-Rory.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a true privilege to stand before you today at the Sydney Royal Show, a place that celebrates excellence, passion, and dedication in the world of breeding and canine care. Today, we gather not only to honor the spirit of this incredible event, but also to recognize an extraordinary individual whose commitment and contribution has been nothing short of inspiring. Kate Mackey. It is with great admiration and heartfelt gratitude that we celebrate your remarkable 30 years of service with Mars and the Advanced brand. 3 decades of dedication is a milestone that speaks volumes about your passion, resilience, and unwavering commitment to our breeder community and the values that we hold dear at Mars and Advance. Your passion here at Sydney Royal Show symbolizes the very best of what we strive for: quality, mutuality, and a deep understanding of animals. You've been a beacon, mentoring others, sharing knowledge generously and consistently exemplifying the Mars 5 principles. So on behalf of everyone at the Sydney Royal and Advance and Mars, we want to express our deep appreciation for your loyalty and hard work. So please join me in giving a warm round of applause to Kate Mackey for 30 outstanding years of service. And we wish you all the very best in the future.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I tried to get Kay to do a lap, but she wouldn't be able to. Good afternoon, one and all. I'd like to acknowledge the Honourable Yasmin Catley, Minister for Police and Counter-Terrorism, Mr John Bennett, OEM President of the RAS of New South Wales, Mr Brock Gilmore, CEO of the RAS of New South Wales, Mr Murray Wilton, General Manager of the RAS of New South Wales, fellow councillors, ladies and gentlemen. After 10 days of confirmation judging, we're now set to crown the Best in Show winner of the 2026 Advanced Senior Royal Dog Show. Before we do that, just a couple of fun facts. The Advanced Senior Royal Dog Show last year was the largest single show held in Australia, and in fact, the largest in the Southern Hemisphere. The Sydney FCI International was not only the largest FCI show held in Australia last year, it was the largest ever FCI show held in Australia. Our 5 international judges have collectively travelled in excess of 62,000 kilometres to be with us here today. Our stewards have everything ready. Very shortly, our magnificent 7 group winners will enter the ring for Best in Show. I'll now ask everyone that is able to be upstanding and remove their hats for the Australian National Anthem to be sung by Kate Murray Rice.
Australians all, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, our beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing. Advance Australia
Thank you, Kate. That was beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my great pleasure to introduce our judge, Mrs. Mary White from Canada, accompanied by the irrepressible Dr. Rob Salmon. Mrs. Linda Grant will now take over from the central commentary position.
Thank you, John. Ladies and gentlemen, we started 9 days ago. We had well over 2,000 dogs. We're down to the final 7. Please welcome into our general specials ring for our Best in Show judging today, the winner of the toy group, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, number 40. Please welcome the winner of the Terrier group, the Kerry Blue Terrier, number 446. Gentlemen, please welcome the winner of the Gun Dog group, Cocker Spaniel American. Winner, ladies and gentlemen, of the Hound group, Petite Basset Medicare. Winner of the Working Dog group, the Border Collie, winner from the Utility group, Black Russian Terrier. Comedy non-sporting group, Little Standard. So, ladies and gentlemen, hoping for one big round of applause for them all together. I would like to call, ladies and gentlemen, our magnificent seven at the end of 9 days of judging. There's lots of famous sevens, ladies and gentlemen, if you think about it. 7 colours of the rainbow, 7 continents, 7 days of the week, 7 wonders of the ancient world, there were 7 dwarfs, 7 deadly sins. And of course, there's also 007. But I think you'll agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of our 9 days of judging, we have our magnificent 7. And eventually, one will be crowned guest in show, and the other will be runner-up. On the table, ladies and gentlemen, is our Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, the winner of the tour. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, as they start to move, please feel free to cheer. Select. All of those original names of the group. Our dental quiz team, she's just concentrating on judging the dogs. Total winner, ladies and gentlemen, Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, exhibit number 40. On the right, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Terrier is the Kerry Blue Terrier. Ladies and gentlemen, exhibit number 5. Applause. Ladies and gentlemen. On the table now, ladies and gentlemen, six as the preference of death. Exhibit number 1.
Well disciplined with the tail.
Gentlemen, please, the applause. The big Bondi exhibit number 1090. Winner from the count.
That would be top two, I reckon. Top two, I reckon.
Ladies and gentlemen, our judges to pick now at the Border Collie, exhibit number 1337.
I think it's the hound, and maybe the poodle. Everybody likes the poodle. I think I just love poodles. I know you got that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner from the working dog movement, number 1337. Ladies and gentlemen, our judge is now having a look at the Russian Black Terrier, exhibit number 1663. Ladies and gentlemen, our Russian Black Terrier is the winner from the utility group. And our judge is now examining, ladies and gentlemen, the poodle standard. Exhibit number 1020.
Poodle looks gorgeous. Well groomed. Poodle.
Ladies and gentlemen, the poodle standard. We are on the sporting. Sure, ladies and gentlemen, none of us are envious of the decision our judge has to make. 7 beautiful dogs, worthy of the quality of a prestigious show the Sydney Royals to show. Intercepting around again, ladies and gentlemen, on the top. believe in Charleston. Followed by the Gary Blue Terrier. Petite Basset Griffin Bentley. Border Collie. Russian Black Terrier. And the Poodle Standard. It's great to see, ladies and gentlemen, the magnificent support for each of those 7 dogs. Two awards, ladies and gentlemen. Best in Show and the Runner-Up Show. To be Best in Show winner, ladies and gentlemen, at a show as prestigious as the Sydney World Best in Show is the dream of all handlers, breeders, exhibitors. And that dream is going to come true today for one of our winners. Well, we get the boards out, ladies and gentlemen, and we get these magnificent trophies. You've seen the perpetual trophies come out, ladies and gentlemen. Some of them have been around for an extremely long time. They're very valuable. The winner is engraved on them, and they go back in the glass cabinet, and they're safely stored. Bondi Gary, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see those beautiful, magnificent framed rosettes. So our judge has had the rosette in her hand. And all those trophies. So let's have one more big round of applause for them all, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's just ladies and gentlemen, runner-up in show, sometimes called Best in Show 2, for the 2026 Vance Sydney World Dog Show has been awarded to Gary Blue Terrier. Okay, exhibitors, outstanding. We're going to send you around again. Send them around. Lead by the toy. Don't run over the toy, ladies and gentlemen. Round they go. Ladies and gentlemen, Best in Show 2026 has been awarded to the Standard Poodle. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see history made again for only the 2nd time in the life of the RAS. Only the 2nd time in history that the same dog has won Best in Show 2 consecutive years. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, to the Standard Poodle, owner, breeders and handlers, and of course also to our Gary Blue. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause as our remaining Best in Group winners all had a fabulous day. They want to congratulate the winner as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed your day at the Sydney World Easter Show. We certainly enjoyed presenting it to you. Quite a historic day here. We hope you enjoy the rest of your evening at Sydney Royal. And as you travel home, ladies and gentlemen, please keep your journey nice and safe. To our exhibitors, thank you once again for your support.
There's a lot of dog food.
Right.
Oh, there we go. I thought it looked familiar from last year. So there we go. The same dog as the show. Yes. And that's where I end.